When Germany took in the refugees from Syria in 2015 and 2016, it took in about 1 million refugees. It distributed them around the country based on a quota system of tax receipts, population size, and so on. 6% went to Berlin, and various other cities received a percentage, and so on. This was not easy, but it started to manage the process. Refugees don't know how long they're going to be here. They may want to go home. They may not be able to go home. Going home requires so much effort in terms of rebuilding their lives, our lives, infrastructure, and so on. So the British response to the Ukraine crisis was to transfer all of that process to individuals in a knee-jerk emotional response, without providing any of the infrastructure in terms of childcare, school support, and so on, that would be needed for long-term staying, for managing the aspirations of these people whose lives have been put on hold. And we shouldn't be greatly surprised now that those 6-term commitments to housing Ukrainian refugees are in crisis. In Cambridge, for example, and the council is trying to step in, but perhaps not fast enough, that there have been concerns expressed not only by the Ukrainian refugees, but also by the host families. This is the management of refuge on a shoestring, and transferring the accent from the country, from reasonable agents with the authority and the competence to manage a big problem like a population exchange, by putting that on the shoulders of individuals who have all manner of different commitments, motives, and whose lives may change in an instant. The Ukraine scheme was mismanaged right at the beginning, as was also the Afghan scheme, as has been the Syrian scheme. These are the 3 big schemes recently that the government has presided over and has mismanaged every single step of the way. And to complement this, it's rolling out the plan to stop the boats and to send people, and to threaten to send people, including Afghans and Syrians and Libyans who are coming across the English Channel, partly in response to the military action in which we have participated in their countries. And we are telling these people to go back. It is shockingly thoughtless. It is thoughtless. And I think the Rwanda scheme is the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake is that the Rwanda scheme hasn't been thought through. And there is evidence that there is human rights abuse of extraordinary size towards refugees in Rwanda on record. And the Home Secretary claims not to know about this, claims not to have been informed. Well, ignorance will not be a defense when she and her office is hauled up in front of the courts, in front of international courts, and if she doesn't accept those courts, pilloried in front of the international media. And rightly so. And she may turn around and say, well, sorry, I was ignorant. I didn't do Due diligence. We go on and on and on about banks doing due diligence, and yet we cannot be bothered to do it when it comes to people. So money is more important than people. Thank you very much for demonstrating that fact, Suella Braverman. You place money before people. I don't think I need to say any more.